Hey survivors, are you sitting alone in your room right now, bored, wishing you could play some extraordinary game without taking a loan to buy it? Have you ever wanted to break a game, but modern gaming doesn't let you experiment and gives you only couple of options to play around? Well, I have a solution for you. Risk of Rain 2 is one of those games that lets you break them without even trying. But there is a twist. It's not normal Risk of Rain, it's the modded edition. Disclaimer, if you've never experienced basic game of Risk of Rain 2, stop the video, buy the game and all of the DLC. Maybe skip the second one or wait till they fully fix it. And give Mythics the old spanking, because in modded edition you won't have time to play as normal survivors. I'm gonna make a quick rundown for everyone that haven't played Risk of Rain before. Main catch of the gameplay loop is that the items are random and stack. Not only do they stack on their own, they interact with each other, making it that one item can trigger others, starting domino of unending amount of damage. Expect to spend a lot of time while doing runs, because time will definitely start to warp when you end your quick run as you promised yourself after 1.5 hours. Not a long time ago, I saw my friend on Steam in the middle of a 2-hour run, and when I asked him, how's it going? He told me it's good and it's not even his longest run, which was around 3.5 hours. Because I quote, he wanted to level up Goku to his highest level. Additionally, he died in the 2-hour run and didn't even finish killing the final boss. So you can expect to die by random bullshit that you won't even see on the screen because there's so much happening. Modding Risk of Rain is like adding teleportation to nuclear arsenal. You won't expect it, but something somewhere is gonna blow up. If you're not really familiar with modding, don't be scared. Risk of Rain is one of the simplest games to mod. You just need to download Thunderstorm Mod Manager and download mods from their website. I downloaded over 150 mods. And the best part is...
all of this just works.
Not everything, but most of it. I'll put link in the description that you can use to play with the same mods as I did. Just import it to Mod Manager and everything should work nicely. So what do mods do? We can divide mods into 3 categories. Adding new items and changing gameplay, new survivors or new abilities that are definitely the best part, and Gunner mods. I'm just kidding, but there is definitely some of that. If you can't get out of your crippling League of Legends addiction trying to reach that gold rank and get your new exalted skin for only 250 bucks, don't worry, you can switch to a new game, because modders put your favorite League of Legends characters into Risk of Rain. Some of them are working really good and are really fun to play, some being completely broken. And some of them are unplayable and it's a better idea to go back to ranked play. You can even make a team that's in motive of League, as we did, and got so strong that the final boss wouldn't come out. But probably he's just bugged. If you're more of a Fortnite player, you can try Builder Survivor, who is not very strong but can supply you with cover and even a radar, just like in Fortnite. There's one mod that's so good, it works not only with basic characters but also modded ones. Upgrading one of your abilities so you can shoot with Fire Beam or proceed with the best possible gameplay, standing and hitting, and dying in the end, from boss version of an enemy that sticks to walls and shoots weak projectiles from only God knows where. You'll fail many times, but it's the way of the roguelike games, but you can always get the most elite squad you've ever seen in gaming. 2 Space Marines and 1 Chaos team up to kill False Sun and ultimately fail. But there's also Captain Titus, whose protection from warp saves him from void corruption and provides him with the most broken of weapons, Bolter and Grenade. But at least he can kill False Sun. You can even play as the other guy in badass armor, but I would advise against that, as he's not very playable. When you play modded Risk of Rain, you'll find out that some survivors are pretty bad and clunky, and some are completely broken. Some modders are so good that they tweak out and start adding
funny German symbol
to their work, so they get banned from Thunderstorm. As much as I would like to say I'm kidding, this is not a joke and dude made very good characters. But we're not here for balance, that's what the base game is for. We're here to break the game. You probably noticed that in some clips I have a large amount of lunar coins. You should have a large amount of 2. You simply need to change one value in your Steam Risk of Rain folder to make that change. This lets you have more room to play around with new lunar items, because some of them are completely broken. Like this one that nerfs your attack speed when you're not shooting, but when you start to hit, It can give you up to 300% attack speed for some time, and of course it stacks, as all items do. There is this mechanic in Risk of Rain, Challenge of the Mountain. It triggers more bosses or harder bosses at the teleport. You can find their shrines all over the map, but they don't spawn every time. But you can increase your chances with item that has 65% chance to trigger Challenge of the Mountain when you interact with different shrines. So you can stack it 3 times, 5 times, even 10 times, as I don't think there is a limit. There's this one character made by Mr. Lover himself, Belmont, and I unfortunately don't have the footage, but he was riding in a wheelchair. On the mod side he was standing, and in my game is standing with his normal animations, but his chair is stuck to him all the time. Someone added a tank. It's so customizable that you can make a squad of tanks and everyone will have different look, skills and purpose. Unfortunately, I made a one-shot tank with only one ability, because you can turn everything off. That was not really good, and I didn't serve any purpose as I loaded my shots with such long time that everything around me was dead before I could take a shot. So events are so bizarre that I don't even know what mod they came from, like this dome, or this storm that periodically shows up and is having sex with your health bar. If you find yourself disappointed by Resident Evil 3 and Nemesis fights, I come to your help. As in Risk of Rain, when you find a body and take the Stars badge, the run takes a new turn. Throughout all maps you can find chests that contain mostly red items that are most powerful in the game. But there is a catch. Nemesis will hunt you down all the time and he is pissed. He is so pissed that he was as in Resident Evil 3, that he became unkillable, and every time you down him, he will stand up and begin hunting you again. You can even try the Nightmare combo, which consists of picking up the Star Badge, going into Bazaar, picking up item that spawns randomly buffed monsters, but if you kill them it drops item, wait for Nemesis to spawn and receive this buff and keep it forever, because he never dies. Breaking news. It seems that there is indeed Risk of Rain in our forecast, as developers have added the last patch to Seekers of the Storm, DLC, fixing the free survivors and adding new skills to them. I think that I can give my recommendation, but I repeat, the DLC is fully fixed, and now we are going back to our regular schedule. In 1945, Tsutomu Yamaguchi encountered an atom bomb in Hiroshima on his business trip. He miraculously survived the explosion. Then he took a train back to his home in Nagasaki to be with his family. He arrived couple days before the second bomb was dropped. Well, Folsom is kinda like Yamaguchi, as he can survive multiple nuclear bombs as you can wield American technology in its full power. Can we get 5 big booms for him?
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about you.
False son.
Passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom! 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 Boom!
I obviously need to tell you about soundtrack created by Chris Tudulu. With his music, repetitiveness of the game and levels never gets boring, as his music is truly electric. Look, I can go on about how many different survivors you can choose, or how good or how bad they are. If you want to play as Ryan Gosling in Drive, you can. If you want him to wield Mitrix's hammer and be the strongest among all, go for it. And if your loot streak in Marvel Rivals is higher than your monitor can show you, grab yourself Rocket Raccoon and this time be the DPS version of him with broken minigun. As much as Risk of Rain can be hard to commit, the gameplay elevates this game above many roguelikes, and mods elevate it even more. For players who played Risk of Rain before and want to have something more interesting to do, there is a new difficulty level, and you can play as even more useless version of Commando with even more annoyance and fun. I give Risk of Rain my highest score, 10 Lensmaker glasses out of 1 Shutter Splint. Go play it, exploit it, try the clunky stuff, try the good stuff, and remember, don't stop gambling. Thanks for watching.